want to talk to me, just let us know that. So we are going to unmute you so that you can able to talk to us. Yeah. In between, if you find any issue related to the voice or something, just you can type it in the chat window. My colleague, Mr. Noel, is going to attend that and is going to give you answers to you guys. Yeah. So let's move on. First thing is that thank you for joining today's webinar. And this webinar, anyway, we are recording in case if your colleagues or friends, if you are missed, and we are going to share it in our YouTube channel, you can go through it as well. So with me, Mr. Joman, he is the senior architect for the DrayTek. He's available so that if you have any questions, and you just ask us at any time in between. Yeah, let's go on. So the today's agenda is that we are going to discuss on DrayTek wireless solutions, like what type of solutions is available in DrayTek for wireless. And first we will discuss about standalone. Second one, we are going to discuss about centralized management. And third, we are going to discuss about ACS3 and features. And after that, we will see the demo. So mainly we are going to focus on ACS3. So the first thing is that standalone. So the standalone is nothing but it's like a manage each and every AP manually. For example, let's say that maybe your customers, they have a requirement for single access point. So what you are going to do, instead of giving a solution, like you can just give a access point like which is going to suitable for the requirement. We have a multiple models are there. You can choose one of the access point and you can give it to them. And that access point, you are going to configure it manually. So these kind of configurations, we can call it as a standalone. But this is not a scalable solution, guys. Especially if you have a 1 or 2 access points, it's easy to manage and it's easy to configure. But if you have a more than 2, more than 3 or 5, then if the customer planning to go with multiple access points, it's always better to go with like a centralized management system. So especially the standalone, each and every access point you have to manage and you have to configure it manually. So that's why this is for especially for home purpose, or if it is a small office like 1 or 2 access points, it's easy to manage. So in DrayTek, whatever access points, whatever models are there, all the models you can able to configure it in standalone mode. So standalone is nothing but each and every access point you are going to configure it manually. The next one is that we have a solution, centralized management. So basically we have a 2 type of solutions. The first one is home or SOHO or single site solution. And second one is large or multi-site solution. So for centralized management, the first one is the mesh technology. So if you have an access point below 7, then you can use the mesh, and especially the mesh is going to connect with wireless. So if there is no chance for you to pull the cables, then you can use the mesh technology and you can provide the wireless access to your customers. Then AP based APM. So which means if you have a requirement below 50, then you can go for this solution. So AP based APM is nothing but one of the access point is going to act as a controller for the remaining access points. So we can call it as a root, and remaining access points are going to act as a node. So in this case, what you can do, the root access point, you can access it, and whatever configurations you want to do it, you can do it from the root access point, and it's automatically pushed to the all node access points. So this is like instant access point, and you can able to manage the complete access points through your root. And auto provisioning is possible in your APM and ACS. You can once if you configure it in one of the access point, and you can push the configuration to the remaining access points. And router based APM, which is the third solution, and it's going to support below 50. So router based APM is nothing but, so through your router, you can able to manage all your access points. So whatever SSIDs you want to configure it, you can configure it in your router. Then after that, you can add all your access points there. And after that, you can auto provision like whatever SSIDs you configured, you can push this configuration to all the access points. So at the end of the day, it's like a centralized management. So instead of going each and every access point to manually configure, instead of that, by using your router, you can just push all the configurations. So this is called router-based APM. So these 3 solutions, it's available for especially home, SOHO, and single site. So if your customer is going with multiple access points, if the requirement is below 50, you can go for this solution. Either you can go for mesh, or you can go with AP based, or you can go with router based. The second one is that large. So especially if you go with Vigor Connect, so it's going to support up to 100 access points. You can able to configure it. So you can able to manage it from the single dashboard. and you can configure whatever SSIDs from the Vigor Connect, and you are going to push to all the access points. And the second one is that Vigor ACS3, there is no limit and it's unlimited. It's a cloud-based solution. And if you want to manage your Vigor switches, Vigor routers, and Vigor access points, everything you can able to manage through your Vigor ACS3. So it's a cloud-based solution, and by the Vigor ACS3 is required a license-based. So at the moment, what we are doing for our partners, especially if they want to test, we are going to provide for you free subscription. You can able to test for 2 or 3 months, and you can check how it's going to work through Vigor ACS3. The advantage is that you can able to access your devices from anywhere in the world. So you just create one account, and through that account, how you are going to access your Gmail account. Similarly, you are going to access your Vigor ACS3. Then after that, you can add all your network device like your Vigor switches, Vigor access points, and Vigor routers. From there, you can able to manage through Vigor ACS3. You can able to manage and configure, and you can able to see the statistics of each and every device. And also, Vigor ACS3 has a lot of features. In this webinar, we are going to discuss about those features as well. So the next one is that first, let's go and see here what is exactly the mesh, what is AP-based APM, and what is router-based APM. So especially if you see the mesh is especially it's going to support the maximum 7 access points, either to connect through wired or wireless. So especially this is good for small environment with a hybrid of like a wired or wireless connections. So one of the access point is going to act as a root, and remaining access points are going to act as a node. And the advantage of this one is you can be able to sync the configuration, and client roaming is possible, client monitoring is possible, and there is a mesh hierarchy view, and work with DrayTek wireless app. So simply you can install the DrayTek wireless app, and you can able to push the configurations, and you can add the nodes, so that it's like a completely a mesh technology. So as I told you earlier, guys, the mesh technology we are going to use, where there you are not able to pull the cables, there you can able to use the mesh. But again, it's going to support maximum 7 APs. And again, if you go with AP-based APM, which means one of the access point is going to act as a controller, the wireless controller. And in that access point, we can call it as a root. And there you are going to configure all your configurations. And from there, you are going to push to all your access points. So those remaining access points, we can call it as a nodes. So this is going to support, this solution is going to support up to 50. I believe this is the new solution, right, sir? Yeah, it's actually a new solution. Recently, it was launched from DrayTek. So if anybody wants to try, you can just always welcome. And also, I'm going to explain to you which access points is going to use for these solutions as well. And the advantage of this one is that you can do the configuration sync, and it's going to enable the client roaming, so that while the clients are moving from one access point to another access point, they will not find any disconnection. Simply the access is going to provide by the remaining access points, so that at the end of the day, the client is not going to disconnect. But in case if you go with the standalone, while the client is moving from one access point to another access point, you are going to disconnect, and you are going to get the service from another access point. So client will feel that there is some disconnection. But whenever you are going with the controller-based solution, you never find the disconnection. Why? Because all the access points are belongs to the same cluster, so that one of the access point is going to act as a root, and remaining access points are going to act as a nodes. So that root access point, we are going to configure whatever configurations you want to do. You are going to do it from the root, and it's going to push to all the access points. And third one is that router-based APM. As I mentioned to you, your router is going to act as your node, and your root, and remaining access points are going to act as your nodes. So from the router, you can able to access all your access point, and you can do the configurations. So in the second solution, if you see there, AP-based APM, so you don't require DrayTek router there. You can take any router. Let's say that maybe some of your customers, they are planning to go with the Fortinet as their firewall, or they want to go with the Sonic wall as a firewall, or they want to go with the Cisco ASA as a firewall, or they want to go with some other device as a router, but still they want to go with the wireless solution as DrayTek. You can choose this solution. Why? Because one of your access point is going to act as a controller for the remaining access point. So if the wireless, everything you can able to manage through your root access point. And again, if you want to go with the router-based APM, which means the router is going to act as a root, and the remaining access points are going to act as a node. And this solution is going to support maximum 50 access points. And the features are, you can able to sync the configurations, the client roaming is available, and the AP monitoring is available. You can able to see which AP is active or which AP is not active. And you can do the AP maintenance from the router in case if you want to do any updates or anything, you can able to do it. And in case if you want to do a client load balancing, you can able to do it as well. And again, if you see here, the auto provision is possible in the mesh. Auto provision is nothing but you just do the configuration in the root AP and you are going to push all the configuration to the remaining access points. The access points automatically get the configurations from the root. So you no need to go each and every AP to configure the manually. So that's the advantage of this centralized management, guys. So similarly for AP, similarly for route based. And if you see there, if you want to configure your SSIDs, you can able to configure it like 2.4 or 5 gigahertz. Or if you want to enable the roaming, you can enable band steering is enabled and access control list is enabled and MAC based object is enabled. So all these features you can able to do it in the mesh and AP based and router based. So again, if you want to do it like a firmware upgrade or if you want to update the latest firmware or if you want to reboot or if you want to reset, it's available in router based APM. So which means one of your router, DrayTek router is going to act as your root and remaining access points is going to act as a node. So there you can able to do the maintenance. So these are the solutions, especially we are going to recommend for Soho and home office purpose. And it's a completely license free, guys. You no need to pay for any license charges. So that's the beauty of the DrayTek. So we have a solution for mesh and we have a solution for AP based and we have a solution for router based. So in the mesh, as I mentioned to you earlier, so one of the access point is going to act as a root and remaining access points are going to act as a node. So you no need to configure each and every access point manually. So simply whatever configurations you want to do, you can do it in the root AP and you are going to push to the remaining APs. And similarly in AP based APM, one of the access point is going to act as a root and remaining APs is going to act as a node. So whatever configurations you want to do it, you can do it in the root AP, it's automatically pushed to the remaining access points. And similarly in the router based, one of the router, the DrayTek router is going to act as a root and remaining access points are going to act as a node. So whatever configurations you want to do it, you can do it in the router, like creating SSID profiles and all, and it's automatically provisioned to the remaining access points in the cluster. So this is how it's going to work. So I think there is a question, guys. So I'm going to answer this question at the end of this session, guys. Yeah, thank you so much. So now the question is that what are the models which is going to support? For example, if you see the mesh model recommendation, bigger router as mesh root. So which routers are going to support as a mesh root? So if you see here, there is a 2862, 2926, 2765, 2766, 2865, 2866, 2927, 2135. So these are the models are going to act as a mesh root. Yeah. So in case if you want to make it mesh root, then these are the models which is going to act as a mesh root. And again, in case if you want to make it your access point as a mesh root, so which are the models are going to support? Now you can able to see here the models are AP903, AP912C, AP918 and 920, 1000, 960C and 1060C. These access points are going to act as a mesh root. So these are the recommendation from the DrayTek, especially if you want to deploy the mesh. So how the mesh is going to set up, guys, it's very simple and straightforward steps. And just you can download the app. After that, configure the mesh root. So as I told you that one of the access point is going to act as a mesh root and place mesh members to the close to the mesh root, scan and add the members into mesh group. Mesh root pushes the configuration to mesh nodes. That's it, guys. Very simple and straightforward configuration. Move mesh nodes to the designated positions, power on mesh nodes and make sure their status are online. That's it, guys. So one of the access point is going to act as a mesh root. Then after that, you are going to add the remaining members. The members we can call it as a mesh node, and whatever configurations you are going to do it at the mesh root, then you are going to push to the mesh nodes. That's it. So then automatically it will start works, guys. So it's very simple and straightforward configurations. So now if you go with AP based APM, as I mentioned to you earlier, one of the access point is going to act as a controller for the remaining access points. And whatever configurations you want to do it, you can do it in the root AP, then it's going to push to the remaining APs. So the remaining APs, we can call it as a node APs. So now if you see here, 1060C AP. It's going to support up to 50 access points, guys. So you can just make it 1060C AP. We can consider as a root, and remaining APs we can consider as a node. And this is going to support up to 50 access point. And 1000C, which is going to support up to 30 access point. 960C, it's going to support 30 access points. 920 or 918. These are the outdoor access points, guys. And these access points are going to act as a root, and you can able to add up to 30 access points. Yeah. Then after that, 912C, which is indoor access point, and it's going to support up to 20 access points as a nodes. And 903 as a root AP, and it's going to support up to 20 access points. So for central AP management, the root access point must be enabled for AP operation mode. So that's what you need to do, guys. So whenever you are going to configure the root AP, make sure that you need to enable the root access point. Yeah, you need to make it as a AP as a operation mode. Yeah, then you need to select as a root access point. So then only it's going to consider as a root, and remaining access points is going to consider as a node in the cluster. So again, if you go with the router based APM, so as I mentioned to you earlier, the router based APM is nothing but one of the router is going to act as your, yep. Is it audible, guys? Yeah. Is it audible? Okay, thank you. So one of the router is going to act as a root, and let's go and see here. In especially, as you know that in the DrayTek, we have a 3 different type of models of routers are there. The first one is smaller SOHO, and second one is SMB, and third one is high performance routers. For smaller SOHO routers, it's going to support up to 2 APs. So for SMB routers like 2927, 2862, 2865, 2866, and these are the routers are going to act as a root, and it's going to support up to 20 access points. And there is a high performance routers which is 3910, 2962, and 1000B. And these routers is going to support up to 50 access points, guys. So in case if your customer has a router like 3910, you can able to add up to 50 access points, and you can configure it everything from your router. So your router is going to act as your controller, so that you can able to manage, you can able to provision, and you can able to see the statistics and whatever configurations you want to do it. Instead of doing a single access point, you can able to do it from the router itself. Then after that, you can auto provision automatically. So this configuration is going to push to the remaining client access points. Yeah. So again, now we are going to discuss about the large and multi-site. So we have a 2 type of solutions, guys, especially for the large and multi-site. So the first one is Vigor Connect. So Vigor Connect is a software based. So what you are going to do, it's a totally free, and it doesn't require any license for you guys for Vigor Connect. So you can able to manage up to 100 access points, and it's going to support wired and wireless. So whatever access points you are going to configure or you are going to use for your cluster, and you can, it can be a wired or it can be a wireless, and you can able to join into your Vigor Connect, and it's totally a license free. You don't require any license for it. And again, if you go with the Vigor ACS, it's a license based, guys. So it's a completely a cloud based. In case if you have a huge requirement, you can able to deploy it in on premises as well. But again, right now the DrayTek has launched the cloud based solution so that you guys can take the subscription from us. So at the moment there is a free subscription. So in case if you want to test, you can just send us an email so that we are going to provide for your account. Then after that, you can deploy it in your router or switch or access point. So by using Vigor ACS, you can able to manage your Vigor routers, switches, and access points. So it's like an NMS, guys, network management system. Yeah. So the advantage with the Vigor Connect is you can able to do the network monitoring, configuration sync, client roaming, client monitoring with the client list, AP monitoring with the CPU page, schedule the AP maintenance, mesh hierarchy view, rogue AP detection, and the floor plan. If you want to design a floor plan, you can able to design it as well. Then by using the Vigor ACS, you can do the network monitoring, configuration sync, client roaming, client monitoring, and client list, and AP monitoring with the page with the CPE. So CPE is nothing but it's a customer premises equipment, guys. So you can able to monitor whatever device are there at the customer site, like Vigor routers or switches or access points. You can able to see, and you can able to manage, and you can able to configure it through your ACS. So it's a ACS is a completely cloud-based solution. It doesn't require to visit the site and you can able to manage, you can access the Vigor ACS through cloud. Then after that, you can able to manage, or you can able to do the configurations. So that's what the difference between the Vigor Connect and Vigor ACS. So if your customer have a below 100, and the customer, if you want to manage everything through your Vigor Connect, so you just deploy it there. You can just take a normal Windows PC, you can deploy the Vigor Connect. Then you can add your switches, Vigor switches, and Vigor access points and Vigor routers. From there, you can able to manage it. So that's the Vigor Connect. So this is like an on-premises solution, guys. So in case if you want to manage through cloud, you can use to Vigor ACS. Make sure that you need to have a subscription. So if anybody wants to test, you can just approach us. Yeah. So I believe Joman sir is giving answers to you guys. So if you have any questions, you can just type it there, so that he's going to reply back. Yeah. So again, through Vigor Connect, you can able to configure your admin users and passwords and all, and you can configure your TR69 protocol. You can configure your SSIDs like 2.4 and 5 gigahertz. And if you want, you can enable the features like roaming, band steering, access control list, MAC address based objects, or if you want to take the backup, or if you want to restore the backup, or in case if you want to upgrade the firmware, or if you want to reset the device, or if you want to reboot, everything you can able to do it from either Vigor Connect or Vigor ACS. So which means you no need to go and access each and every device in case if you want to upgrade the firmware, or if you want to reset. Simply you can do it from your Vigor Connect or Vigor ACS. So that's the beauty of that one, guys. So especially if your customer have a multiple locations and you are the one have a AMC. So if you want to manage the whole network, you no need to go each and every site manually to do the management. So simply what you are going to do, you are just access through your ACS, and you can able to see each and every device, the performance, and you can see how many devices are connected and whether the device is active or not. In case if you want to update the firmware, or in case if you want to do any changes in the configurations, everything you can able to do it through your Vigor ACS. So in case if the customer is deploying the Vigor Connect, you can do the similar things. Yeah, that's the difference between your Vigor Connect and Vigor ACS. So wireless APs, what are the wireless models are there, especially from the DrayTek? So we have a 903, 960C, 1000C, 1060C. So these are the models, we can call it as a indoor access points, and they are going to support the dual band. And if you see 1000C, it's going to support the tri-band. So which means there is a 2 5 gigahertz radios and one 2.4 gigahertz radio. So the dual band is nothing but one is the 2.4 and other one is the 5 gigahertz. And if you see the link rate for the 2.4, the maximum is 400 Mbps for 903, 600 Mbps for 960C, and 400 Mbps for 1000C, and 1200 Mbps for 1060C. And again, if you go with the 5 gigahertz, and you are going to get 867 Mbps for 903, 1200 Mbps for 960C, and 867 Mbps for 1000C, and 2400 Mbps for 1060C. And again, if you go with 903, maximum you are going to connect 128 clients, guys. So that's the beauty of that. So again, they mentioned there in the bracket, it's a 64 in the sense for 2.4 gigahertz, you are going to connect 64 clients, and 5 gigahertz, you are going to connect 64. So for 2.4 radio, it supports 64 clients, and 5 gigahertz radio, it's going to support 64 clients. And if you go with 960C, it's going to support 128 for 2.4, 128 for 5 gigahertz. So it's a total will be 256 clients maximum. And again, if you go with 1000C, it's a tri-band. So which means there is a 2 5 gigahertz and one 2.4 gigahertz. So total it's going to support 384, and per radio it's going to support 128 clients. And similarly, if you go to 1060C, and it supports dual band, which means 2 radios. For 2.4, it's going to support 128 clients, and for 5 gigahertz, it's going to support 128 clients. Total, it's include 256. And again, for 903, the good thing is that, guys, it comes with the 5 ports, gigabit Ethernet ports. So you can use it as a switch as well. So that if you want to connect any end device, let's say one of your customer, they have a small location, maybe it's a remote location, it's a small branch, and they want to connect 1 or 2 computers along with the printer, the network printer. So simply you can take this and it's going to act as your access point, and same time you can able to connect all your end devices as well. And again, if you go with 960C, it's going to comes with 1 gigabit Ethernet port, and 1000C it's going to support 2 gigabit Ethernet port, and 1060C is going to have a 2.5 gigabit Ethernet port, which is multi-gig port. And again, the standards, if you see here, it's going to support BGN for 903, and it's a 2.4 radio. And 960C is going to support BGN and AX technology, which is the latest technology, guys. So the latest technology, if you see here in the comparison sheet, there is a 960C and 1060C. These both are going to support BGN and AX, which is the latest technology. We can call it as a Wi-Fi 6. And for the 5 gigahertz, again, in all these access points are going to support. If you see there, there is a ANAC 903 and 960C, the standards. ANAC, it's going to support, and it's a wave 2. AX technology is going to support in 960C. And 1000C, it's going to support ANAC, which is going to support wave 2, but it support only AC technology, but it's not support AX technology. And again, if you go with 1060C, and it's going to support ANC and wave 2 with AX technology. And the key features is that AP assisted roaming. So AP assisted roaming is nothing but while you are going to move from one access point to another access point, so it's going to provide the services to you without disconnection. So that is called AP assisted. Airtime fairness and band steering. So the band steering is nothing but, again, so if your device, end device, is going to support 5 gigahertz, then automatically you are going to connect with 5 gigahertz. If your end device is going to support 2.4, it's automatically connect with the 2.4. So that is called band steering. And airtime fairness is nothing but it's going to create a equal slots for each and every device, so that you can able to do the upload and downloads. That's the beauty of this. So maximum number of SSIDs per band, you can able to configure it 4. So for 2.4, you can configure 4 SSIDs, and for 5 gigahertz, you can configure it 4 SSIDs. Total, you can able to configure it SSID for 8 SSIDs. So why we require multiple SSIDs? Let's say you have a requirement from your company. Let's say for the guest people, we want a separate SSID. For internal users, we want separate SSID. For the management, we want separate SSID. For IT admins, we want separate SSID. Similarly, you can able to configure it in 2.4 and 5 gigahertz, like 4 SSIDs for 2.4, 4 SSIDs for 5 gigahertz. So similarly, if you go with 960C, you can configure total 8 SSIDs. So 4 is for 2.4 and for remaining 4 for 5 gigahertz. And similarly, if you see the 1000C, it's going to support up to, because it's a tri-band, that's why it's going to show you 12 SSIDs you can configure. Then after that, if you go with 1060C, you can able to configure up to 16 SSIDs. So you can configure it per radio, 8 SSIDs you can able to configure it. And the very important thing, guys, if you see there 802.1q tag. So most of the time we are going to configure the VLANs to segregate the traffic. So in case if you want to configure the SSID based on your VLAN tag, all these access points are going to support. That's the beauty of that. So in case, let's say that my guest traffic should be in VLAN number 50. So you can configure the SSID and you can tag the VLAN ID as a 50 for the guest people. For my internal users, I want to configure like a VLAN number 10. For my management, I'm going to configure like a VLAN number 20. For my other people, I'm going to configure like a 30. So all these access points, they are going to support the tag based. So the tag based is nothing but which is going to use the VLAN tag, so that on top of the VLAN tag, you can assign the SSID. So that's the beauty of that. So these two models are the AP outdoor models, guys. These are the access points, which are the outdoor models. The first one is 918R series and second one is 920R. So here R is nothing but it's a rugged. And these two access points are going to support the dual band. So it support 2.4 and 5 gigahertz. And if you see the bandwidth for 2.4 for 918R, it's going to support 400 Mbps, and 920R also 400, and 5G also it's the same. And maximum clients is going to support 256. And both they are going to use it for outdoor. And there is a 2 LAN ports are there. It's a gigabit Ethernet ports. And again, if you see there, 2.4 is going to support BGN, and 5 gigahertz is going to support AN and AC. So it's a similar, guys. And again, the key features, as I mentioned to you earlier, AP assisted roaming and airtime fairness, band steering is going to support. These are the key features. And you can able to configure up to 8 SSIDs, and per band you can able to configure 4 SSIDs. For 2.4 you can configure 4 SSIDs. For 5 gigahertz you can configure 4 SSIDs. So it's going to be similar features for 920R as well. And if you want to tag the VLANs for each and every SSID, you can able to tag it as well. So that's the beauty of this. So let's talk about the bigger ACS3, guys. This is what I'm going to talk about it, because nowadays most of the time you can see everybody used to say, every vendor used to say it's a cloud based. So bigger ACS3 is the solution from the DrayTek, which you will to manage through your cloud. So let's say you have a bigger access points, you have bigger switches, we have bigger routers. So all these devices you can able to manage from the central dashboard through the cloud. So you don't need to visit your customer site. Simply what you can do through bigger ACS3, you can access the device. In case if you want to do some configurations, you can do it. In case if you want to do some maintenance, like if you want to take the backup, or if you want to restore it, or if you want to reset the device, you can able to do it. In case if you want to change the password, you can able to do it. In case if you want to configure the SSID, you can able to do it. So whatever configurations you are doing at the on premises, simply what you are going to do, you are going to access your device through ACS. From ACS, you can able to configure all the configurations. So that's the beauty of this one, guys. So bigger ACS3 is the latest version of DrayTek network management system. It supports all current DrayTek routers, access point, and switches, providing an integrated platform for your configurations, monitoring, and management. Bigger ACS3 is also the core of the DrayTek SD-WAN solution. So as I mentioned to you guys, the SD-WAN is the latest technology which we are going to support through bigger ACS3. So you can able to define your software defined policies, everything you can define through your bigger ACS3. So what are the main features of bigger ACS3? The first one is provisioning, second one is monitoring, third one is statistics, VPN wizard, scheduled maintenance, and reporting. So if you go with the provisioning, you can allow new device to set themselves up and download the latest firmware. So you can provision that. So automatically they can connect directly to the bigger ACS3. Then from there, it's automatically download the latest firmware and they are going to update automatically. And monitor, you can able to see whether your LAN interface is up and running or not, whether your VPN is up and running or not. You can able to do the complete monitor. And statistics, through statistics, you can able to see how many devices are there and how many devices are active and how many clients are connected and what type of traffic is going on. You can able to see the complete statistics. And through VPN wizard, you can able to configure it, just a drag and drop, guys. So in case if you have a multiple locations, before what we are going to do, we are going to access each and every location manually. Somebody has to give any desk, or maybe you are going to enable the HTTP access for the WAN. Then after that, you are going to access the device. Then after that, you are going to configure the VPN and all manually. But through ACS3, you just add the devices. Then after that, you can just drag and drop. That's it. Then automatically the VPN is going to configure it. So before you are going to do drag and drop, then immediately it will ask you what type of protocol you are going to use between the site A to site B. Either if you want to go with IPsec, or you want to go with L2TP, or you want to go with SSL VPN, or you want to go with the Open VPN, any kind of VPNs you can able to configure through your VPN wizard. Then after that, there is a schedule maintenance. So in case if you want to upgrade the firmware, you can able to schedule the time. Maybe in off hours, you can just you can set up the timings in the off hours. Then after that, in that specific time, maybe night after 11 o'clock, you can upgrade your firmware. You can take the backup of your configurations, or if you want to do the restart of your device, you can able to schedule it as well. Through ACS3, you can just define your schedules. Then automatically at particular time, the device is going to get the firmware upgrade, or it's going to upgrade the configuration, or it's going to start the restart. Then there is a reporting, guys. This is one of the very good feature. So especially through reporting, you can able to get the complete information, and you can able to see the complete statistics, and you can able to generate the network-based reports. And through that, you can able to see what type of traffic is generating and which version of firmware is installed. And you can able to see the status of your device. You will get the complete reports of that. So let's see here. Today, the main focus, as I told you earlier, that we are going to focus it on the hotspot solutions. Hotspot solutions. So we are going to focus it. So I believe Jovan sir is going to add some features for this. Yeah. Yes, Joman sir. So that it will be very useful. Over to you, sir.
Hi guys. Yeah, we do have different types of that guest management solutions. On-premises solution we have, centralized solution we have. So on-premises solutions, when you use the DrayTek router as a gateway, you can have multiple authentication method. You could enable that, like PIN code generation and email authentication, SMS authentication, voucher. There are multiple authentication methods are available, which is free of cost. You just need to activate the profiles and it will be apply all the entire network, even LAN or wireless. There is no problem. It's a gateway level solution, so it can be accommodate any third party access points, no problem. So DrayTek router will act as a wireless controller, a guest management controller in that scenario. So also you can able to collect the logs for the marketing purpose. There is a USB port available in the router, so you can able to save the logs based on your capacity, hard disk capacity. And we do have that ACS solution, a centralized solution. Like if, for example, you have a customer with multi-sites, for example, headquarters and 10 branches, different locations. Every offices, they require a guest management solution nowadays, right? So you can able to create a profile in the ACS and you can able to push to the locations. Like you can able to customize the page, captive portal page based on your requirement. You can upload your logos and you can change the colors. You can add your own terms and conditions. There are a lot of things available. Also, you can create the quotas like, how many bandwidth you need to allow for the guest. Once they connected, how many times they need to get the internet, like once they get the connection, 1 hour, after 1 hour the session will be logged out, or 2 hours, as per your requirement. We can able to create multiple data quotas. And the beauty of bigger ACS, centralized captive portal server, you can able to collect the guest informations. We do have an analytics page, so where you can able to see the guest information, like those are the informations that your management wants to collect. For example, the guest name, company name, email address, phone number, etc., etc. You can able to grab the details and it will be shown in the analytics page. We can able to see the demo after this one, so you will get more understanding. So when you use the ACS, you can able to handle that, as I mentioned, that multi locations, APS you can manage in a single platform. The beauty of DrayTek access points, it's auto provisioning in the sense zero touch provisioning. So in other brands, you need to scan the QR code and all to add the APS into cloud, right? So in DrayTek, no need. At the moment you connect your APS, in network, it will automatically connect to the cloud. So you just need to rename and you can do the configuration as much you want. So if you have multiple access point deployment, so DrayTek is the perfect solution. So you can save your time. So this is what we mentioned. We have different types of hotspot services. Distributed model in the sense, that that on-premises router will act as a hotspot server. So this is free of cost. So there is no charge, but only one location you can manage. Okay. So here you can see that one. It will support multiple authentication method like a skip login, click through, social media login, social media like Facebook and Google. And SMS, you can integrate with any SMS gateway service provider, or you can able to use DrayTek router, DrayTek LT router as a service provider. So you can insert any do or a Etisalat SIM, and you can have that SMS pack, bulk pack. Then you can utilize that one. Also voucher pin radius account. So these are the things available in the router level. So that is on-premises solution, and those data you can able to collect it. The the quota management, as I mentioned, you can limit the devices like one coupon. For example, one coupon you can mention, okay, only one device. If another person is trying to use the same coupon, it will be rejected. Also bandwidth limit, session limit, lot of things are available. But in the centralized hotspot server, you can have multiple locations, okay, with the same profile. That is the beauty. Or a multiple n number of location you can manage. There is no problem at all. So currently we do support click through, social media, leave info, radius account as a login method. So the captive portal page we can able to customize. It's very easy to customize it. There is no challenge at all. So, and this ACS3 supports multi-language as well. So you can able to customize your own language, no problem. So provisioning also possible. So from the ACS3, you can able to push the profiles to your remote locations. Okay, but in the distributor model, it will apply only local interface. So when you use ACS3, there will be a small cost, but compared to any third-party solution, it's very cost-effective. So we already, DrayTek already hosted an ACS server. If anyone wants to test, let us know. We can arrange a demo or POC and all. So what is required as a centralized? In the branch locations, you just have a DrayTek routers. You can have any access points, no problem. Okay, so you just need a DrayTek router as a gateway. And these are the models we do support hotspot router. So basic model start from 2915 to 133 up to 3910. Okay, so all the models support that hotspot facility. So there are some benefits when using centralized hotspot. You can scale up the the locations and access points, no problem. So you can have your complete database of your guest. Okay, so you can collect 6 months, 1 year. That logs will be saved on the server, no problem at all. So no need any experts or programmers to manage the server. It's already hosted server. So what is required for a guest management? So as I mentioned, that company need to have multiple authentication login methods. That a beautiful splash page like that captive portal page, attractive one. Terms and conditions and marketing policy, multilingual, and quota management, provisioning facility, user information analytics. So these are the information things are available in DrayTek. So also Wi-Fi marketing. So you can change the customer language as I mentioned earlier. So hotspot configuration once, no need to change the configuration at that time. So these are the pages you can able to modify when you use the click through. Okay, so in the first window you can see that one, there is a connect, but this entire layout you can able to change. You can put your own logos, colors, you can change whatever you want. So using HTML5, so it will be, you know, that optimal for each and every display. Splash page editor is there built in, so you can able to edit and you can see that one, the view option also there. You no need to visit there, so you can able to see how it will be looks like. Yeah. So languages. So this is the quota, as I mentioned. You can specify the expire time and timed out, device control, how many devices need to be allowed, reconnection restriction, bandwidth and session limitation. You know, these are the things available. Okay, this is the from the central location, you can able to push the templates to the location. So you can see once it is completed, the status would be green. So you can able to understand, okay, that the configuration has been pushed properly. It's completed. It's everything is available in the ACS. So the beauty of DrayTek solution, if you have, for example, you have 10 locations, one profile you can create at a time, you can push to entire 10 location. So the time of applying the solution that profile is same. Maybe within 1 minute it will be applied. You can create the profile and it will be pushed. So you no need to send your technician to your locations. So this is the analytics page. Here is a built-in Google map attached, so you can see where it is located. So here you can able to see multiple things like you can collect the information based on the today, week, month. So you can able to see how many guests are visited today. Okay, as per this only one router is active. Okay, and in a month 6 visitors there. Okay, so it will list, if you have multiple location, it will list all the routers. So you can name it, okay, location 1, location 2, location 3, something like that. So you can able to understand how many guests are visited there. Okay, and down you could able to see, okay, that username, user device, MAC address, which hotspot profile you create, he is using. You can create multiple profiles. For example, one company has 10 location. Okay, each location you can have a different captive portal page. Okay, you can modify and you can see that one which profile is using in the particular location. And last login time, view details. In the view details, in the next page we could see that one in-depth details. So here this is one client, Tony. He used Google authentication. Okay, and we could see his Gmail address. Okay, and his first visit and last visit, and you can see here how many time he visited, visit time, and which operating system he used. Okay, for example, coffee shop. Okay, so one customer is visiting one location maybe 10 times, another location 20 times, and the third location maybe 30 times. So you can decide, you know, some promotions, you know, some offer based on the details, customer input. So here you can able to see the particular device MAC address. This is based on MAC address. Okay, so you can see how many times he visited the particular location, and when is the first visit, when is the last visit. All the informations are available. Yeah, this is about how to connect the router or switch or AP to the ACS server. So we are using a TR69 application layer protocol, which is secured. So it can communicate securely with the ACS server. So it's a very simple step. Okay. So any questions so far? Yeah, Captive portal, Imran, Captive portal is available. And this is what we discuss now. So the beauty of ACS3 is, for example, as I mentioned, you have 10 locations. Okay, you have a DrayTek access points, DrayTek switches, DrayTek routers. All the devices you can able to manage and monitor centrally. If anyone wants to see the live demo, we can show you. Anyone interested? Can you log in? Yes, yes. Yeah, we'll show you that demo. Yeah.
Yeah. Thank you, sir. Okay, guys, let's go and have a look how it looks like, the ACS3. So, which is, there is a URL which is cloud.draytek.ae. So whenever you want to access the ACS3 that we are going to provide for you the username and password, then once you type this URL into your browser, then it will prompt you the username and password. Then after that, you can enter the code. So the moment when you log in here, guys, you can able to see the complete dashboard of your ACS3. So right now, actually, this is the one we are able to access, and we are able to see right now whatever demos is going on with our partners. We are able to see those informations here. So right now in my office, we have a group which I configured like 2006. So now I can able to see what are the devices are connected there. Yeah, you can see here. You can able to see all these devices. Right now there is a total four devices are connected, and out of four devices, one is in offline and remaining three is in online. So in case if I want to do any configurations on the specific device, just go on that device. Now you can see here, it's selected that. So it's a 960 AP, guys. So now you can able to see the statistics here, like how many active clients, what is their MAC addresses, and how many SSIDs are active at the moment, and which firmware version is there. Everything you can able to see, guys. Even see here the LED indicator also there. If you see there, there is a small green indicator is there. So you can able to see complete performance, the CPU utilization, memory utilization, and which SSID is at the moment is enabled, and how many is the active clients. You can able to see it. In case if I want to do any configurations, you just click on this and go and do the configurations according to your requirement. So again, if you want to see the statistics and all, you can able to see it as well. So this is what exactly the dashboard is going to looks like. So once you add the device, once you enable the TR69 protocol in your router or switch or access point, from this ACS3, you can able to completely manage and monitor. And if you want to do kind of any kind of VPNs or anything, you can able to configure it as well. So as Joman sir mentioned earlier, if you see, guys, there is, I just go here. Yeah. I just want to add one more thing. See here, I have created one group here. So now if you see here, there is a AP profile. So whatever access points are there in that specific group, I just create one profile and I'm going to push to everyone. So that all the access points, what they are going to do, whoever is belongs to the 2006 group, then automatically they will get the configuration. So you no need to go each and every access point and manually you don't require to configure. So you just configure the AP profile. Yeah, you just click on AP profile here. So I have created one demo profile here. So through this demo profile, what I can do, I can able to push whatever configurations I want, I can able to do it. Okay, guys. Yeah, I just want to edit this. And see here, this is what I have done it here. And you just go to the SSID settings. So at the moment I have configured one SSID. Okay, this is what I did it. Then once you just push it, then automatically it will go to all the whoever there. You can configure security settings, and you can configure your access control, and you can configure your bandwidth limit, whatever you want, you can able to do it, guys. So similarly, how you are going to configure it on the on premises, similarly you can able to do it from the cloud. So that's the beauty of this. So simply you can configure the profile and you can push it. And in case if you want to do a load balance, you can able to do it. In case if you want to enable the route policy through SD-WAN, you can able to do it. In case if you want to know about what the wide WAN traffic, you can able to do it as well. So this is the beauty of this. In case if you want to upgrade the firmware, you can able to upgrade it as well. So you want to add anything? 2007. Yeah. So right now I'm going to access the 2007 group, guys. So now if you see there, there is a 3 routers are there at the moment. Which one? Yeah, SD-WAN summary. Let's move on to the SD-WAN summary. So this is the router which is SD-WAN is enabled, and you can able to see here the SD-WAN statistics here. And there is a 2 WAN line, 2 is the WAN online. And I can able to click on this active physical WAN connectivity. Just go to the more. And see, guys, this is right now it's in Sharjah as well. So you can able to see the complete information. And if you see the WAN 1 and WAN 2, so anyone, yeah. Yeah, it's actually accessing now. So you can able to see, guys, how many ports are active. It's clearly showing that as well. And usage, you can able to see last. Yeah, I can select last 8 hours, or I can do the custom. Eight hours, say okay. So let's select this one. Yeah, this router it is. Yeah, that is not connected actually. This is actually, it's connected. It's in offline. So I can go to the WAN and I can see that. Oh. So I can see the complete usage, and I can see. So I can see the jitter, I can see the packet loss, I can see the latency, mean opinion score. Just I can go to data usage. So I can see the applications visibility. Wow. I can see the total and which protocols, which tunneling and Amazon services in case you use the Google service, and you can able to see the complete information from here. So this is what, so do you want to add any other stuff? Can you open 2001 group? So let's go to 2001. There's SD-WAN. 2002. 2002. So you can see the VoIP traffic as well. 1 week. 1 week. So 30 days. 30 days is good. Wow. So this is your VoIP traffic, guys. 69 calls. Yeah, total 69 calls. and 31 are the great, and 24 calls are the good, and 3 is the okay, and 5 is the poor performance, and 6 is the bad. And you can able to identify the colors as well. So whatever calls is passing through your gateway, it's going to be monitored each and everything. Yeah.
It's measuring the go to this one 2007. Okay.
2007.
Hotspot. No, that. Analytics. Week, month, take month. So here you can see how many visitors.
Yeah. Especially if you want to see here the hotspot in this group, then how many visitors has visited.
30 days.
Yeah.
30 days.
30 days. And you can see in last 30 days.
Open hotspot gateway HQ. This one. Yeah. HQ. View details.
Yeah, I can just see this one.
View the info.
Yeah. So you can able to see the complete information about this, who has visited and what's their email address and mobile number, everything you can able to see it.
Yes.
Yeah.
Sure.
So thank you guys. Do you have any questions guys so far? So this is what the SD-WAN and this is what how ACS3 is going to work. So in case if you want to see the demo, you just let us know and you can send us an email to your respective account managers so that we are going to create for you the demo account. Then after that, we can enable the TR69 and you can able to see it.